Happy new farmers, my friends, the people who like organic and natural farming. I hope the year 2022 is driving you very well, where we need to make sure the year is very productive for everyone. And the most important thing is to know how to do things to make us to be successful. Sometimes it is very hard to know how to do things, or to know the art of doing things, or mastering the art of farming, or the organic or the natural farming. Those are the things that I think we need to know how we can invest for the knowledge, depending where we are. Most of the people they do things, but we lack a lot of the knowledge. That is why today I said we can talk about how to grow tomatoes organic farming way or the natural way. What you need to do so your tomatoes cannot give you a headache of the diseases. There is a lot of things that we need to do in ourselves, but let us to share this organic idea of growing the tomatoes. Now, before we start, I would advise you first subscribe my YouTube channel and put the notification so you can be ready to see what I'm teaching. I'm going to be available every day talking about the organic and a lot of the information so you can practice to your farm. Anything I'm going to teach here, it is something I have experience of organic farming for over 22 years. Not a joke. Doing it in a large scale farming, and doing it in a small scale farming, and doing it in outgrowers, and teaching some of the college students, still teaching the universities, and training the farmers all over the world. So what I'm going to be teaching you, it is something very unique. It is something that I have done a lot of the research. Now, let us go to the tomato organic farming. Before you plant, you need to prepare yourself, your soil, through testing the pH. Tomatoes need the pH above 5.5 pH to 7 pH. If you manage to make sure your soil pH is good, then my friend, in organic you can fetch very easily without a lot of the labor intensive. Tomato, when you go to plant the organic, soak the seed of tomatoes with milk for overnight. Fresh milk, especially if it is possible, you can get the milk from the indigenous cows or the local cows. The milk is very nice. It will make your seed to get enough the nutrients, protein and calcium inside the seed. When you plant this seed, it will germinate within 7 days. Another idea of soaking the tomato seeds in organic, you can use the Epsom salt. Just a pinch of Epsom salt with just, like for example, you can get a tablespoon of the tomato, you can get a tea tablespoon for Epsom salt. You put in a half glass water, then you soak your seeds there for overnight. Then the following day you plant those seeds. They will germinate by 7 days organically. The work of Epsom salt, it is to kill all the fungus might be in a seed, and to protect the seed, to pick a lot of the diseases from the soil. So that is to prevent the future diseases can attack your crop, because the insurance is a variety and how you protected your seed. Those are the secret of the farmer. It always determines whether you will earn your hard labor or you will not. Another thing still you can try in organic, you can get the milk powder. Milk powder you can mix with hydrogen, like tablespoon of milk powder with hydrogen, 2 ml. Just mix and then add the little water like 100 ml or just 200 ml. Then you put your seed there, let it to stay there overnight. Your seedling will grow uniform. They will grow uniform. Even the day of producing, they will produce uniformly. That is the nature of organic. Another thing from there, let us, after germinating, when you go to plant, make sure your soil pH is very good. It's between 5.5 to 7.0 pH. If your soil, you want to invest and to make sure your soil is very good, go and buy the Epsom salt before you plant. Sprinkle to your garden or to your land where you want to plant the tomatoes. Plant 1 bag of Epsom salt can fit for 1 acre. Then add the lime. Lime is natural. It is mined. Like here in Kenya, we mine it in Kajiado, even to the western region. Apply to your sample through applying just the spreading those Epsom salt and lime. Another thing, once you complete that, mix that soil very well when you are preparing the land. Mix with a tractor, mix with a hard manure, that way. Then start digging the holes. Once you dig the hole, here it is where the secret that your tomato can't get the nematodes, can't die because of the nematodes, can't die because of the bacteria weeds, can't get the fungus, can't get the blossoms. Those are a lot of the challenges of the diseases. Make sure before you go to plant, you get chicken manure, 1 basket. That is the ratio that you can mix easily. 1 basket mixed with 2 kgs of rabbit manure, and then get another 2 kgs of Epsom salt. Mix them very well. After mixing them, get the organic sulfate copper or copper sulfate, 1 kg. Mix very well. Once you mix, make sure for every plant that you are going to plant, you put 2 tablespoons to that hole. Mix very well before you transplant your crop. Make sure you irrigate that hole that day. Let it stay that for 2 days without planting. Then at the third day, come and plant your tomato. Let me tell you, forever your tomato will never get attacked by anything. You will not need to spray, because the Epsom salt will make your flowers to be very stronger and to be having all the nutrients from the soil, because the Epsom salt makes the nerves of the plants to be more stronger. So your tomatoes will never get any diseases. They will produce more the flowers. They will produce the healthy fruit without spraying, without in a lot of the stress. Sometimes we go long to get the diseases because of the we don't invest on how our soil needs. We don't invest on, we don't research what the tomato need from the soil. If you can invest on what needed from the soil, you can be most successful in a farming for the tomatoes. From there, if your tomatoes flower, we do very well. You don't need to spray. That is another way that we go long. The moment you spray the tomato, something you don't have so about it, you destroy. In case you want to spray the tomato, just do this. Get the water with 1 liter of milk, fresh milk, and 15 liters of the water. Just dilute very well, and then put a tablespoon of honey. Koroga very well, make sure you mix very well, then spray. It will bring the insects, the light insects, like the bees, like the good butterflies that they don't lay the eggs. Because it will come because of that, the sugar of the honey, and something that I don't know how that science works. The cross pollination, it will work fantastic, and the flowers will be very nice, and the cross pollination will be 100%. You will not lose the flowers. Another thing, during the harvesting, the tomatoes will be very good in a deep color, because the soil has the magnesium, and there is a light things that you added to the soil that was needed to be invested for the tomatoes. Why we prepared the land before we plant? That is a big question we need to ask ourselves. Before, the nature is like this, the nature of the farming. You must prepare the food before something that will come to eat. So that is why we prepared. As long as the tomato is growing, the nutrients are growing, are maturing. So for the level that the tomato will need, that the product or that nutrient, the tomato will be ready to enjoy. And they will be ready and will enjoy eating the nutrients or the nutrition from the soil without any stress, and it will do very well. Another thing we can ask ourselves, why we get a lot of these diseases from the organic tomatoes? Why most of the people they complain? It is because they don't invest the right nutrients from the soil. The moment you invest the right nutrition organically, it will work fantastic from you. There is a lot of things to learn. Please, my friends, I think you can, according to what you are doing or to your plan, what you want to do this season or your plan, you can comment down for me to talk about it, how to grow it organically. I will help you for free to put those knowledge together, so you can watch and you can take the note and you can implement them. So through the demonstration, and I'm sure you will get the help. Now, my friends, take this time to subscribe my YouTube channel for learning, for organic and natural. Now today I think we have talked about the tomatoes. In case of any question, you can ask to the below comment of this video. I will be ready to answering you, and I know sharing a knowledge, it is to keep the food security successful in this world, because the biggest problem we don't have, it is the knowledge of how to do things when they are needed. Thank you very much, and you are most welcome. Keep subscribing, sharing my YouTube channel. God bless you, and enjoy the Happy New Year 2022. Amen.